This episode of Living in Las Vegas is brought to you by Mitch Fuller of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, selling homes all across the valley. Go, Mitch, go. Living in Las Vegas starts now. Well, yes, it does. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada, that groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. Here we go! Look out! What's up? Oh my God! Yes! Sit, Coda! And now your host, a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was.
Singer brother Scott.
Mr. Scott. Welcome everybody to the Living in Las Vegas podcaster on the Vegas Video Network. Please excuse my first-time co-host here. He's a little new to the etiquette that's appropriate in podcasting. And by the way, hey, let me congratulate you because you're watching or listening to the longest-running podcast about Vegas that actually originates in Vegas, which means that we're not only going to cover what it's like to live here, but we will. Now, we're going to be talking about adventures downtown and Fremont Street, other cool places here in the valley. But by the way, if you're a tourist or a fan of the city, maybe you're thinking about moving to our fair little town. Well, guess what? This show's like your own secret handshake to all things cool and groovy. Hey, we're live the first and third Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock Pacific time at VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. Again, VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. As my good friend Christina Aguilera says, come on over. Come on over, baby. Get yourself in the live chat. Why? Because you're going to meet some of the grooviest people that you're ever going to want to meet. For example, how about those fun people? There's Pops, who's angry at 64 years old, and there's Mike, and then we got a Lion, and we got FaZe Jitter, and we've got Ted hanging out. All kinds of groovy, fantastic people. And guess what? They're embracey types of people. They have created a community of love and kumbaya. We have people show up an hour before the show just so that they can be with each other and talk shit about Nick, which we'll talk about that in a little bit later. By the way, other cool things about watching the show live. Show starts at 7 o'clock, ends at about 8 o'clock, but we actually start streaming about 15 minutes before, so a little pre-show. You get to watch how the sausage is being made. And then post-show, after 8 o'clock, we go on another half hour, sometimes even longer. That's Vegas Video Network 2.0. That's Vegas Video Network After Dark. That's when we say things that we simply did not want on the record. So please join us, won't you? Hey, I'm your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa, buenas noches. How you doing, hot stuff? I am the founder of the Vegas Video Network, so on behalf of all of our shows, thanks for watching. And on behalf of this groovy little podcast, thanks for playing along as well. And by the way, I'm here with somebody for the first time being a co-host, likely the last time as well, but nobody really knows. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Nick. I'm a bit of a girl, Nichols, who's a complainer and afraid of the heat. What's up, Nick?
Because it's hot.
It's not that hot.
Well,
cheers, you big girl.
It's all relative.
I know. New in the live chat, international live chat. The very first person was Aussie Deb. Aussie Deb is from, guess?
New Zealand.
Australia, close enough. Her husband is a big fan of Las Vegas, though apparently he's not a big fan of our show. She found us on YouTube about 10 months ago, and she told me a little story, and it goes like this. For our anniversary, each year my husband surprises me with a trip on our anniversary. The surprise is it's always Las Vegas. Come on, that's fantastic.
You're killing me,
That's
Smalls.
right. Okay. Also new in the live chat, we've got Henry in Cleveland. Guess where Henry's from?
Is that a toilet?
Yes. Excuse me.
Henry could be down under?
No, Henry is from his. By the way, this is what I deal with every day. His chat handle is Henry in Cleveland. Where do you think Henry's from?
Cleveland
No,
toilet?
it's
I'm sorry,
Poughkeepsie.
there are
It's
two places
Poughkeepsie.
that could mean a toilet.
He's from Poughkeepsie. He found us on YouTube. He's been watching us for, he wouldn't tell us, so I'm going to guess 13 years, which is a long time to be putting up with this nonsense right here. Okay, let's get started. Oh, beep, bop, bop, boo-doo-doo. You asked for it, and you're going to get it. It's the return of Pick Your Poison.
Nah.
Move your drink, please. Move your drink.
Closer to it. You know, this is my sponsor. So.
Hey, man, what happened to my... There we go. Okay, yeah, Pick Your Poison. There it is. Okay, as a reminder, the way Pick Your Poison works is we have a bunch of really clever ideas here. Watch, see? If we do this, you see all kinds... For example, cocktail bars or thrill rides or a sports book or magic shows. So what we do is we spin the big wheel, and wherever it lands, we each take a turn arguing what we... Arguing is not the right word.
It is if you're involved.
Debating what we think is the best of our selection. So Nick will go, and then I will go, or I'll go, and Nick goes. And then the live chat will actually determine which argument actually had a chance, it was a good argument, or which one was Nick's. Okay, so... Okay, so...
Another drink.
Nick, you may spin the big wheel.
You just spun it.
No, that was a rehearsal,
that was
practice,
just a practice?
demonstration. Let people know.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and spin the big wheel, big boy.
All right. This way?
It doesn't matter.
that way?
Just,
Okay.
just spin the wheel. Okay. Jesus Christ, this is me. This is my life.
Yes, I've figured out how to...
Okay, Comedy Club.
Oh, well.
Comedy Club. You may go first, Nick.
It's a limited engagement on my part, but...
Have you been to any comedy
I
clubs?
have been to a comedy club twice.
Which one?
It is a fabulous comedy club because they have the best logo.
Is it the comedy club that we worked at?
It is the comedy club that we worked at.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be the LA Comedy Club.
Located where?
In the stratosphere.
All right. And what about the LA Comedy Club do you like so much? You can't just give a name, you have to give a reason. You look panicked right now, Nick. That's a fun look for you.
Well, it's easy. It's the only one I've been in.
Okay, so
But with that said,
yes,
they were quite friendly.
the people who were working there,
People who were working
right,
there,
right.
The
I want you to,
staff.
by the way, just real quick, Nick. I want you to take a good look at the screen over there behind me. That's what you look like when you're panicked. You have no story. Fuck, I don't know, Scott. I have no idea.
No.
All right, so
But it was a lot of fun.
They're nice people, a lot of
They
fun.
were great. It was a great facility of comedy.
Okay.
Gold.
So, okay, fantastic. So, Joaquin is going to be pissed that I didn't go first because that was horrible. So I will tell you that easily the best comedy club here is Brad Garrett's room. So Brad Garrett, he started off his comedy club at Tropicana, actually, which is now, I think, Last Factory. That room is a different comedy room every year or two. And for a while, it was Brad Garrett's room. And then he decided, I'm going to move it on up. I'm going to go to the east side, whatever. And he went across the street to Mandalay, or I'm sorry, to MGM Grand. And it's a hard place to find. Actually, apparently all comedy clubs are hard to find. The Strat, the LA Comedy Club's in the kind of like the shopping area of the Strat. And this one is kind of in the bowels of MGM. So if you're coming from the parking lot in MGM, excuse me, you walk right by Brad Garrett's place.
Yeah.
But very, very well appointed. As you might imagine, Brad knows a couple of people, so they brings in good comedians. So I would argue Brad Garrett Comedy Club is the better of the two comedy clubs. Live chat people, go ahead and get your arguments in there. Tell us who you think. Is it Nick, who's been to two comedy clubs, which are the same comedy club, and he worked at them both times? Or is it Brad Garrett's Comedy Room Club thing?
But they have a great logo.
They have a fantastic
The logo is, the best.
That's all that matters, is what you're trying to tell me.
It is if you're wearing the T-shirt. Which I almost wore, but...
You have one vote. How about that?
There we go.
That's pretty good.
1-0.
Nick doesn't, whatever Nick says. But you've already said it once, Jags. Nick, I haven't been to a comedy club. Oh my God, these guys are all saying Nick. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Since they're a customer of mine, I'm kind of hoping for it. Nick doesn't stand a chance in this game. Both Brett and Wayne have taken beatdowns playing with Scott. It's hard to argue with someone who is as convincing when is convinced when he's right. Carrot Top, highest ratings. That's not a comedy club.
Yeah, that would have been my first choice because it's
fantastic.
Incredible.
All right, so Brad, better acts. All right, so we've got well, it's basically 2/3 for Nick, 1/3 for me. It looks like Nick might actually win this one. Let's see.
Going.
Yeah, we're gonna. I think for the first time ever, somebody else has won one of these. Let me just double check. Nobody else? Okay, fantastic.
Thank you, Pops.
Only comedy club it is. All right, let's
there we go. Next.
You see how I handle losing really well?
Oh, no. This one's going to hurt. I already know how this works. Yeah, now we're going to change the wheel. I'm fucked.
No, we just have to erase this so we don't do it again, right?
Oh, okay. Is that how that works?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Thanks for watching the show.
There we go.
Okay. All right, back to it. It's good to have your support. Okay, here we go. And what we've got up is romantic places. Romantic places. I go first on this one. Let's see.
Romantic places.
I got it. Okay. Now, arguably, there's a number of places that you might suggest are romantic here. And it's because there are. So a lot of people, weak-minded, simple fools might say, oh, Hugo Sellers is romantic, which is, you're looking at me like you don't even know what I'm talking about.
I've seen the name.
It's over at Fremont, on Fremont Street. They give you a rose. All women get a rose. So you get one. Sorry, that wasn't very nice.
Well, but
it's funny,
with
though.
the name. And,
and it's fine. But the ambience is a little old. And I don't mean fun old school. I mean, it's like, it's a little dated. Food's not great. Here it is. It's the Eiffel Tower restaurant at Paris. Ooh. First of all, you may be saying to yourself, but Scott, French food, it's a little uppity. It's a little intimidating. Those Frenchies kind of freak me out. No, 9. That's not French. No, that's German, not what I mean.
German, yeah.
9,
they love the
9. Those two got along real well. No, first of all, French restaurants, as a practice, really try. By the way, in the live chat, Olympic Gardens, which is a strip club.
It was actually up for consideration.
So I've heard. So the Eiffel Tower restaurant it's first of all, it's beautiful inside. So it's just gorgeous, well appointed, very nice. The view, let's say it's the best view anywhere. It's above the Eiffel Tower. So it's about, I'm not sure how high up there, but it's up and above. So you're above the little people. You're looking down on everybody, which is kind of fun to do. You get the Bellagio fountain. You can go look up and down the strip. The food, I don't know. When I first thought about French food, I didn't like it. And then actually we had a show called Top of the Food Chain, and one of our guests was Guy Savoy's son, who at the time was the food and beverage manager, director for all of Caesar's properties. And so he came in and kind of explained what it was like to be at a French restaurant and their goal to make French more available to the everyman. And so I thought, well, I'll go just because he was on the show. And I was a hero. I looked like I was a smart guy. Come on, baby, let's just go check out this place. Yeah, I know it's French, but let's just see how it goes. She loved me a long time because it was a very, very good restaurant. So the wait staff is good, the food is great, the drinks are great, the view is great. Those are the only things that matter in restaurants. I would go with Eiffel Tower. Nicholas?
Now, see, as I remember the wheel, it said...
Don't touch that.
Romantic places?
Yeah. You can go a different route.
See, so that would not be the route I would go.
Well, then go.
I mean, anybody would know that.
Well, okay, go.
So there's, well, to counteract your view of the strip, I would argue that the Foundation Room has the better view. And of course, I'm prejudiced. And well, that's the end of that argument. So we're not going to go with that one.
You can't pick one and then have me scoff. Wait, hold on, wait a minute.
I have to finish it.
You can't do that.
My answer. You took like an hour and a half to answer, so I get at least 30 seconds.
All right, go ahead.
So, I would have gone that way. That's not quite it, though. Romance has a lot of things involved in it.
Please tell me, Dr. Romance.
So there's two spots. It's going to be hard to pick between the two of them. One is, and this is special.
Just get to it.
The view of the airport off of Sunset.
Okay.
It's a perfect. There's gonna be a sound effect. Surely there's a sound effect for this.
Yeah, there is.
Tomahawk say no.
No. All right, so your selection is the airport.
No.
But wait, there's more.
But where my final.
You've now gone through three because you're vegan.
No, this is a movement.
Yeah, it sure is. It's like a piece of shit. It's like a movement. Go ahead.
The absolute most romantic, breathtaking place in Las Vegas.
It's a good thing your girlfriend isn't watching this show because her head would fucking explode.
No. She actually has heard of this.
I'm sure she has. While driving away from you.
The best spot, by far.
Yeah.
The Red Rock observation area at sunrise.
Okay.
That's my vote.
I don't even know where to go.
As the sun comes up, it hits the Red Rock Mountains, and they start to glisten and glimmer and shimmer and actually move.
Okay.
So it goes from dark to light.
That's good.
And it's a beautiful romantic setting.
I bet you don't even know how to get there. All right.
I know exactly.
So here's what was fantastic about that whole circuitous route to a shit show. You literally started off with the Foundation Room, arguably the most unromantic place in all of Las Vegas. Very.
No. The view was to argue with your view.
Yeah, but it's the view. The view isn't romance. It's got to be the combo of everything.
Well, last time I was there, the view was pretty romantic.
Yeah. Well. Whatever. You won't let me say anything fun. Okay. Then you went. Hey. Hold on. Let me just work this one through for you guys. Hey, baby. I want to show you a special time, a romantic time. What's that? No, I can't hear you because the fucking planes are flying over our head and we can't hear it. But this is romantic. Look, there's a 747. Are you impressed? No. Okay, so that was a shit show. And then you out of your bag you said, hey, baby.
No,
I love you. Just hold on. Hey, baby. I love you. I love you long time. And my idea of romance is to get up at the crack of dawn.
No.
And then get up and go. You said at sunrise.
Right. That means you've been out all night.
Oh, okay.
Both times that I've seen it, I've been out
Fantastic. All right. So we're gonna vote. Let's go Red Rock, or let's go with an actual romantic dinner at the Eiffel Tower. Okay, I'm not gonna even take this.
Just dodge that one.
Jesus Christ.
What do you mean? I've already got a vote.
Who voted for you?
Jimmy 2G.
Yeah, he's saying whatever Nick says because he's being a dick.
Go Nick.
All right, I'm going to ban those two. Oh, look at these guys. These guys are all being shit.
Red Rock.
Oh.
I mean,
Vegas with some cars. Oh, my God. You people. You know what? You guys realize I can ban every one of you. Every single one of you. All right. Scott. Finally,
what the hell?
A reasonable man, Ted, Access Vegas. Of course, he knows. He actually lives here and helps people learn about Vegas. Not this kind of nonsense. Yeah. Go to the airport, then go to Red Rock.
How many of them have heard of Red Rock?
Everybody's heard of Red Rock. That's not it. All right.
I don't see it.
All right, that's it. I can't have this.
It's 1 to 5. See, never been to Red Rock.
All right. Second for Scott. Boom.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's coming back. Here we are.
You guys.
The problem is
it's 2
they're
to
all
4.
they're all just no, they're not. These people.
What do you mean it's not?
Eiffel Tower 3. Thank you. And that's the one who said you first. So guess what?
What the
Bam!
hell?
That was a double switch.
Oh, now we're even. Now we're even.
It's Eiffel Tower.
Airport date was really cool in 8th grade.
Oh, that's a -1. So now you owe me for the next one.
Oh, the making up rules. See, I knew with this.
So that's no good. All right, so that was a horrible thing to do. Okay.
Range 702.
Let's go. Our next one here. Romantic place is done. La-da-dee. we'll get ready for our next one, but first, a quick time out. Talk a little bit about my buddy Mitch. Hey, real quick, if you guys are thinking about buying or selling a house here in the Las Vegas, I would strongly recommend you hang out with my good friend, Mitch Fuller. You've probably seen him around. He's a groovy guy and he's fun to be with. But here's the thing I like about him, and that I didn't know about him until after we started working together. And there's Mitch's logo there. And that is this. What it takes to actually sell or buy a house is pretty fascinating. And what he told me was that when he lists a home, they go through 42 steps, like all the way throughout the transition that we do for our listing as part of their plan. So they have basically a plan that they go through. And there are approximately 20 set of hands that touch the listing once it's sold. He's built his business on making this stuff happen and surrounding himself with really good people. And I tell you again, the reason why he's an advertiser on my show is because I actually worked with him. I sold the house in Aliante. I bought the house that we're in today. And he did a fantastic job. So if you're going to check him out, go to MitchFulfer.com, M-I-T-C-H Fulfer, F-U-L-F-E-R.com. Again, MitchFulfer.com. I promise you, you will do well working with Mitch. All right, let's do our final horrible concept. Let's do this. And go ahead and spin it, my boy. Spin it away. Spin it like you mean it. What do we got? Magic show.
Really?
Magic show.
I'm pretty sure it kept moving.
No, magic show, you fucking cheater. All right, you get to go first.
Yeah, I'm done.
You've never been to a magic show. How long? Wait, hold on.
I have never been to a magic show.
You've never been to one magic show?
I've never been to one magic show.
How long have you lived in Vegas?
25 years.
My God, man.
Never have I.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
Guess we'll have to fix that.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you two just to help people out. The first one I'm going to give you, I actually haven't seen in probably 2 or 3 years now, but it's Mike Hammer down at Fremont Street at Fort Queens. I used to go there a lot, used to recommend him a lot. But it's a small, intimate thing. You know, it's like a 200-seat kind of room or whatever. He does arguably some of the best crowd work I've seen. And that's the part that really is fun for me. He does magic and he brings people up. He does all that kind of stuff. But he does really good crowd work with a comedian bent. So if you're downtown and you kind of have a budget thing, go ahead and check out to Mike. But we just saw about, it might have been 3 weeks ago, I went to Melissa. I said, you know what? Let's go see Penn and Teller.
Yeah, you were talking about
And we went and saw Penn and Teller, and holy shit, that's a good show. You know, it actually has, so it opens up. As a matter of fact, if you get there early enough, there's a jazz pianist playing off to the side. So if this is the stage here, off to the side's a jazz pianist. And if you get there early enough, you know who's playing bass with him?
No.
Penn.
Really?
Yeah. Penn's playing bass, just hanging out. Boom, 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 boom,
You can still see him?
Yeah, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. And then about 10 minutes before showtime, he gets up, takes off, and the piano player's playing by himself. The other cool thing is that they let you go up on the stage before the show starts. So you can get up there, you can take your picture. They have some props that happen a little bit later in the show, so you could inspect the props. Very smart. It's very Cirque du Soleil in that they kind of get you involved and get you into the show before the show starts. Really cool history information about them in the halls as you're walking into the property. And then the actual show itself, I don't want to give a lot of it away, but it's a very, 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 very good show. And I've always liked their kind of comedy and magic anyways, which is kind of that, we'll show you how the trick works. I mean, we'll do the trick, we'll show you how it works, but in fact, they don't. They show you the trick, they show you how it works, and then they show you that, in fact, that's probably not exactly the way it actually works. So it's fantastic. So if you got the time, go see Penn and Teller.
But see, now that you've said that,
yeah,
I've decided I have seen a magic show. It just wasn't really a magic show in the sense of the word.
You showing up on time? Come on!
Oh, that was good. That's good.
I know.
Yeah, not true lately, but yeah.
No, today you
nailed it.
go ahead. What is it?
Carrot Top.
It's not a magic
Yes,
show.
it is. It's magic how he pulls that shit out of there.
Man.
It's got all sorts of
my God. What's that? What am I
brand
doing?
new.
Oh, that's what it feels
Magic.
like to have a
He
stroke.
pulls something out.
That's
and
not
he says,
magic,
Look.
you fucking airball. What are
He
you
says-
doing?
He pulls another thing out.
You know what that's
It's
called?
Magic.
That's called a prop comic.
Oh.
Holy shit. He doesn't do, oh my God.
It's magic. I'm telling you, it's going to get me votes.
Ooh. Nick is finally wrong.
Jags.
Yes, Penn and
killing
Teller. Awesome show. Run by most combinations. Best show. Go Nick. Yeah, go Nick.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
My God. Holy shit. This is what's happening to me every day, ladies and gentlemen, every day.
Do you know how much fun this is?
God. Okay, so that's it. That's our...
I got two.
No,
two votes.
those people are just
Now
being...
look, I got Go Nick, Carrot Top.
You know, Go Nick isn't a vote. Right, Mike just said, Scott just found out what a stroke is like. That's right. That's what you want. Is your buddy Scott to have a stroke so that, you know, yeah, oops, oh, that's not what I want. Let me go back to this one over here. Oops.
That was actually, when
There
I
it
set
is.
this up, I was
There's
like,
Mike, Mike, you know, knowing that, you know, your buddy Scott had a stroke. Nothing wrong with that. Everything will be okay. Everything's fine. All right. Okay. Let's, you know what I need? Well, a couple of things.
Let me guess.
I think I might just go ahead and have me drinky poo. Hold on, let me go ahead and bring that up there. Stand by, go already. Hold on, go. Play, you bastard. Help me! There's no help! All right, it's time for Have a Drink on Me. It's part of the show where I show you a picture of a bar or a speakeasy or a lounge, but never a club. And then you guys send in your guesses as to what that particular property is. You send those guesses to Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Again, Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Now, there's a number of ways to actually win this thing, and Pops is going to tell you how to do so.
Hey kids, Pops here, 5-time Adam winner. I know what you're thinking.
6-time now.
You old fuck.
Yeah, how can one old guy keep winning a contest over and over and over? Well, did you know there's bonus entries available?
There is.
After you send in your initial qualifying entry email with the correct Adam answer to Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com, you can get bonus entries for being in the live chat
Yay.
during the drawing, or by sending in a video for the Adam contest, or by doing a video intro for the show, or being quick on the draw and being the first person with a qualifying entry email in to Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. And don't worry, if you're quick on the draw but you jump the shark, if you're wrong when you send in your first answer, you can send in a corrective email. It'll still get entered as long as it comes in time, and we'll just tease you over being wrong the first time. If you win, you're not qualified to win a following week. No
That's
back-to-back wins. But it is polite to pop in and say thank you very much to Scott Whitney and the
Again,
cast and
correct.
crew at the Living in Las Vegas podcast on the Vegas Video Network.
All right. Thank you, Pops.
Busted.
Very well done. Very well done. Now, you may be saying, okay, winning sounds fantastic, but what do I actually win? You pull my name out, you call my name, what happens then? Well, guess what? Pops will tell you that too.
Let me tell you what you can win this week.
This week's Lucky Haddam winner can choose any one of 3 amazing Scott Whitney guitar CDs, Christmas Acoustic 1, Christmas Acoustic 2, or Jazzathon. Proudly displayed here by Bob, undisputed king of the Video Haddam entry. Or you can choose the comfortable and stylish Vegas Video Network visor like these lucky winners. Available in the standard black and sometimes in the rare, hard-to-find red, popular with the ladies and the Russians. Or you can choose the premium prize package. The next time you're going to be in Vegas, you can arrange an evening of sophistication and class with the man himself, the guru of all things Vegas, Scott Whitney.
Yay.
Well, okay, at least drinks, laughs, and some priceless conversation.
Send your entry into Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. VegasVideoNetwork.com.
Thank you, Pops. Guy's the man. Now, he alluded to getting a visor, and this is an important concept. As a matter of fact, Nick is the person who mails all the visors out. If you do get a visor and you put it on your head and you take a picture and you send that picture in, you have greatness in front of you. It's not something I like to brag about, but it's just the facts. And, of course, you become a part of the galaxy of God. There is Gregor and Bill and Mr. Testy and Stephen and Michael and Robert and Rosie and Michael again. And then there's Scott. What's more? There's Pinky and Bud and Alan and Aaron, who are nudists, and Bob's wife and Danny and Shan, not Chan, and Craig and Glenn. And wait a minute, how about Jimmy Two G's, who once voted for Nick, and then he got his shit together. And then Rob and Ken and Stuart and Christina, whose all babies are because of my music. And then there's Dawn and Jackie. Look out! It's Michael! And Pops and Sammy and Carol and a dog and Chris, Brett's dead, and of course Brett. All right, everybody. There we go. Okay. La-da-dee, la-da-da. We had 18 out of 18 correct answers. Last week's Have a Drink on Me was this little place right here, and the hints were Saki Rock, Saki Rock, Saki Rock. Given your look of confusion, I'm guessing you've never been to this place. Do you know where it is?
Saki Rock?
Mm-hmm.
That would be in the park, correct?
I just want you to see how smug you look right now. It's kind of funny. What kind of food do they have?
Sushi.
Nicely done. Okay. What are they known for?
Crazy dances
How do you know this?
and mixed entertainment.
Did you watch the show? No. How do you know this?
Yeah, you told me.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's funny. Okay. So 18 out of 18. Are we ready?
Well, I don't know.
Get ready. Get
The
ready.
first thing is taking talent so far. So.
Get ready. So you got your pen ready on standby. Okay. Our number one entry is Mike Q. Number one. He gets one for the correct answer. He gets Mike Q for being the first entry.
Wait,
and what's the matter?
The pen doesn't work.
You know what? Those pens are shit.
There, got it.
You know
Mike,
what? I don't disagree with that.
you
Here, use
got
this
it.
pen. Those pen. I have 4 boxes of those pens
Why would you? Oh, I know why you bought those.
because they're cheap.
Exactly.
And guess what?
Shit.
They're shit.
4 boxes of shit.
Hey, go ahead and put it in the actual hat.
Wait a minute.
No rush. Just get it in the hat. Oh, look at you. 0 for 2. You're fantastic. And then one more for being in the live chat.
Oh, Mike Q.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we have Mr. Testy. Do you know why we call him that? He has really big balls.
I
One for the
was
correct
gonna go
answer, and he has one more for being in the live chat. Way to go, Mr. Testy. Next up, we've got,
Can I just put balls?
just right, Mr. Testy, for the love of God. Next up, we have one of my favorite chat names, Noom de Plumes, is Who's Your Daddy? Who's your daddy?
daddy?
One for the correct answer, one for being in the live
You know why
chat.
that's special?
No.
Hoosier.
Nope. Look at you being so smart. You know why that's special? No, Nick, tell me. Who's your?
Yeah.
Wait,
You know why that's special?
why?
Well, see, that hurts.
Okay.
That one actually hurts.
Pop that baby in there.
I'm from Indiana.
Next, oh, that's right. That's right.
See?
Next up, we have Barney, who says, I really like the show. Thanks, Barney. Next up, we have Jim Gallagher, also known as Jimmy 2Gs. One for the correct answer, Jimmy 2Gs. One for being in the live chat.
Jimmy.
2Gs.
Look.
No.
You gave me the high-end pen now.
That pen doesn't work? That pen just worked for me.
Well, you gave it to me. You know how this works. Shit works for you. Guess what?
What in the...
Don't do shit.
That'll work. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Mustang
That's some bullshit.
Sally. Let me guess who that
Did you
is.
get Jimmy 2Gs in there?
I got distracted.
Easy, champion.
Jimmy 2.
My God, you write like you've had a seizure. Just put it in there, big boy.
I'm trying to keep up.
Okay. Next up, we've got Dan Jaggers, known as Jags53. One for the correct answer, Jags53. One for being in the live chat. Man, the live chat's kicking ass today. Next up, we've got FaZe Jitter. Richard, also known as FaZe Jitter. One for the correct answer, FaZe Jitter. One for
Holy.
being in the live chat. This is crazy. All these people are in the live chat.
Jitter.
And then, let me see what you wrote.
No.
No, Jesus. Next up, we have
that
Sean.
one I have to interpret.
Sean Talbot, or Talbot. First time in, I think. And moving forward, we keep going. Mike from the Vancouver, Washington. Hey, Mike, thanks for playing along. We've got Jeff from Loveland, Colorado, who also loves the show. Thanks, Jeff.
We got a fan.
I got one blowing right there.
It's on you.
Not really. Paul, also known as Condor 954, who's in the live chat. Paul Condor.
Be good, Pops.
One for the correct answer, one for being in the live chat.
Paul
live chat's kicking ass.
Condor?
Yeah, just Condor 954. I should have given you like a 15 by 15 foot thing to draw. I mean, it's pretty funny.
Well, you gave me
Andy, New Hampshire. Okay. It's a poor workman that what?
Blames his tools.
That's right.
That's right.
Next up, we've got Don Verdau, who says, I have a personal message to Don. Yes, I've missed you too.
Wow.
And then Lloyd Verdau, her husband, who says, my wife needs a new visor. Your wife also needs to stop flirting. Okay, there you go. Moving forward, we've got Don Turner, Mr. E-Play 704. There you go. We've got Michael Lazowski, also known as the Mad Chipmunk, who's in the live chat. Mad Chipmunk. One for correct answer, Mad Chipmunk. One for being in the live chat. What are you doing there?
I
Dude,
tried.
Is that a chipmunk? Yeah. Man. When you went to school, did you go on the short bus? Just put it in there. Okay, you're killing me, Small.
It's so much fun.
I did a short bus joke once, and
they actually wrote it.
Oh man, that's so
good.
bad.
Yeah, you get in trouble.
The kid, it was when I was still working for somebody else, and for a company.
Like
and
30
I said,
years ago.
and it was it's just a nothing joke. You know, hey, what, you going to short bus? And you know, and the guy goes, my child, rides the short bus.
Oh,
and I'm
no
like,
way. Oh, I've got a story. I can
I'm
top
so
it.
sorry. Don't top it.
Oh, I've got a great one.
I felt so bad. Megan Landry from Ottawa, Canada. The Canadians love us. And then finally, we've got Pippity Pippity Pop Pop Poppity Pippity Pop for this opus. Stand by.
Hey kids, when you watch the Living in Las Vegas podcast, you learn secrets. I know a secret about the park at MGM. The secret is, if I was going there to get food, I'd be going to Brutzy's Chicken and Waffles. I wouldn't be buying high-end sushi.
Chicken and waffles.
Sushi's good, I love it, but this place is overpriced. I do know the secret for reasonably priced sushi in Vegas, and I'll tell you about it in just a second. But first, I'd like to reintroduce an old favorite sponsor. You know them, you love them, everybody eats them.
These nuts! Tomahawks.
Ha! Got them! Anyhow, the secret to good, reasonably priced sushi in Vegas is the 777's Brew Pub at Main Street Station. Large portions, reasonable prices, small sushi bar, right up front conversing with the sushi chefs while they make your stuff. Another Vegas secret. Don't forget, eat
These nuts!
Ha! Got 'em. See ya.
Apparently, this show is co-hosted by Pops. So he gets one for the correct answer, one for being in the live chat, and then one for the video entry.
Look,
And by the way, this is how Pops has won 6 times because he understands how to play the game. By the way, I believe he now has a second on my house. Way to go, Pops. Okay. Put it in there. Here we go. We'll mix it up, stir it up. Whoop, just last one. Let me see who that was. Oh, that's your fucking... Oh, yeah, it was your chipmunk. See, Matt Chipmunk, I just saved you. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, pick one out. Make me proud. What do you got?
Jimmy Two G's.
Jimmy Two G's. Way to go, my brother. All right, you win yourself a drink on me or a visor or one of my music CDs. Congratulations. All right, let's take a look at this week's Have a Drink Upon Moi. Boink. By the way, these clues are really only for people who are listening and not watching, because if you can't get this one, then you should just be shot.
Really?
Right? You should just... That's what should happen. We'll invite Mike over, and yeah, this is the easiest. This is the easiest Have a Drink on Me I have literally ever done.
I want to play.
Hit number 1. Colonel Klink might enjoy this place. Thank you. That was my best accent.
great.
I won't say what the...
I know nothing.
Colonel Klink might enjoy this place. Hit number 2. If you're on the street of this place, you're on a street with timeless harmony. If you're on the actual street where this place is located, the name of this street is also known as something that is or has timeless harmony. Oh. And if you ask them very nicely, you know what they'll do for you?
They'll give you a spanking with a wooden spoon.
Where the hell did that come from?
Would you like a spanking, my friend? Yes, have a spanking.
Yep. If you know the name of this place, you're going to send that entry to Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Again, Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Oh, yeah! Axl Rose is a bitch. Okay.
All day.
It's time for listener emails. It's time for the show where you send us email, and if it's a woman, you would read that, and if it's a man, I'd read it. And we answer all your questions. And if we don't have the answer, we make them up. Okay. Our first question comes in from James. Here, you can read that one. They're all men, so why don't you get yourself in the game? Go. By the way, super romantic. Airplanes and foundation room. Okay, hopefully you'll make up for this now. Go.
That was the road to the final adventure.
No, what it was you kept going, oh shit, this is going really, really bad for me. I better make something else up.
It took me a minute. I have to admit. Okay. Dear Scott and Wayne.
Hey.
I wanted to say thank you for producing such a great show and giving us viewers and listeners so much information about Las Vegas and the surrounding areas. Thank you. Stroke his ego. That's great. My family and I took our first trip to Las Vegas in January, and your tips and tricks helped us to have the best vacation we ever had.
How about that?
$20 Technique landed us a Strip's view suite on the 33rd floor.
Quick pause. Smartly done there. $20 Technique, not the $20 trick. Continue.
Very good. We knew where to get the best food and drinks and also what to avoid like the plague.
Like going to the airport for a romantic dinner.
That wasn't the rom...
Just go ahead.
You just keep
Just
killing.
go.
I would love to treat both of you to a drink on me the
Yeah.
next time I'm in town. Yay! However,
What?
however,
Wait a minute.
since Nick is a better looking and niceable person,
Hold on. Stand by. There seems to be a problem. Can I see that, please? I just want to take a look at it. However, no. Today we've learned that Nick actually can't read more than 2 paragraphs without being a habitual liar. We'll continue on. I would love to treat you both to a drink on me next time I'm in town. However, since that will be Tuesday, May 1st, we missed it. Sorry. Very short notice. I guess it will probably have to wait until the time after that. Fair enough. But know that I plan to eat very well that night, Scott. I have taken your advice and reserved a table at Delmonico's, which is now my favorite steak restaurant. The other one,
bit the dust.
persona non grata. My drink offer stands for anytime I'm in town. Keep doing what you're doing. It's a great show. And know that your advice is giving lots of people great memories. And that's James. Thank you, James. I appreciate that kind of feedback from nice people.
Here I thought I had- that will take forever.
This is a big one. So we got a couple emails about the episode that we did with regards to our tourists pissed off. This one is literally War and Peace.
And it's getting worse
From Bill. Yeah. Here we go. Bill says, hey, Scott, look forward to your realtor recommendation. Bill is now a customer of Mitch. You asked for thoughts on whether resort fees, parking fees, Emphasis on conventions by Las Vegas were killing Vegas. This is something I feel strongly about, so I apologize for the length of this, but I want to provide some background and examples.
Background.
Please do, Bill.
That's always good.
Begin. My first trip to Vegas was for a convention in the 80s, pre-Mirage. You could stand on the corner of the Strip in Flamingo and actually see the Trop. So I've seen Vegas grow and reinvent itself at least 3 times. The emphasis on convention is not a problem. I attended a couple of conventions before first vacationing in Vegas. My convention experience definitely was the catalyst in deciding to come back on vacation. Now for me, the one thing above everything else that made Vegas a great place to visit was that no matter how little or how much you spend, you were made to feel special. Of course, the more money you spent, the more special you became. Things like free valet, even free self-parking, added to the feeling. And that feeling made you want to spend more time and more money. So far, I'm in complete agreement with Bill. That's all pretty much gone.
Tomahawk said no.
No. Today, while the Vegas vibe is still there, the special feeling is about the same as any other big city. Through the years, we've stayed at numerous strip hotels from Bally's to Wynn. We often stayed at MGM properties, but stopped long before they started charging for parking because they had become no different than an equivalent hotel in a different city. The other thing that Vegas has always been a value, not necessarily cheap, but always provided really good value for your money. No longer. Example, we'll be coming out near the end of March. When was this taken? Oh, this is March. So that's $580 for 5 nights plus $129 for taxes and fees. Got to pay the Raiders Stadium. Yes, you do. Plus resort fees that include taxes at another $198 for a total of $875.35. So the $116 is actually $175 a night. I would still have booked the room if they had just said that all this cost $175. It's still a good deal, but I wouldn't feel ripped off when I actually feel that way now. See, I completely agree. If I run for Congress, or I would like to be your senator here in Nevada, I will run on 2 platforms. The first one is there will be no resort fees. The cost is the cost. It will be printed on the thing on Expedia or wherever you get it. And second, if you do any kind of cyber crime, it's a felony, 20 years.
Cyber crime.
Yeah, if you put a virus on my computer, you do that ransomware, it's 20 years.
Wow.
You go to prison. It's like 3 strikes. The first strike is you opened up your computer. The second strike is you sent it to my place. The third strike is I opened it up.
That's harsh.
Yeah. Don't fuck with people's computers. Don't screw with people's, capability to earn. Don't do that.
There we go.
Idiots. But wait, there's more. I always rent a car because we like to explore. So I have the added parking costs of at least $10 to $16 a day plus tax. Rental car tax and fees add another 45% to my cost of my rental. Vegas, of course, is not alone in this. It's just that Vegas used to be different and unique. Hit it on the head, Bill. Everything else has become more expensive, and now entertainment costs are on par with New York. A couple of examples. The very same dry-aged ribeye at Cut in New York City is $66. It's $68 at Vegas Cut. By the way, I will add that Cut is expensive. That place freaks me out. I walk in there. What? Yes, I would like to have the old-fashioned. What do you mean it's $65 if I make a tableside? Pass. Top non-VIP tickets to Blue Man Group are more expensive in Vegas than in New York City, which is ridiculous. Our last visit, we were thinking of going to the Guinness store at Mandalay Bay to get a gift for a niece. I'm hoping the niece is over 21 years old. We were already out the rental car, and in the past, we would have just simply parked at Mandalay Bay, walked on over, picked up the stuff, maybe go to a burger bar or rah-rah riri. Instead, we decided not to go solely because of the parking charges. I'm not willing to pay just for the opportunity to purchase something from a store or restaurant. If they had validated parking, things would be different. By the way, validated parking does exist. So we experienced that at Wynn. So we had a gig at Wynn that we may not have time to talk about it, but we had a gig at Wynn on Monday, and they validated our parking to do that. If a Vegas trip was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, we probably wouldn't worry too much about the increased hidden cost and the total amount we spend within reason. But as frequent visitors, it very much enters into our decision about how long we stay, where we stay, how many A-level shows and restaurants we go. So I don't know if you guys remember Aaron and Alan, who actually she created that, and she created this. Come over here. Let go. Go, you bastard. This little guy. So they used to come to Vegas, I'm going to guess 4 times a year. And they did that for at least, well, I don't know, but 3 years that I knew, because we saw them all the time. You know how many times they come now? They don't. They don't come. Now that's a short-sighted kind of thing I think that's kind of freaking people out. Living in Western Connecticut, we don't really need to go to Vegas to gamble. We have Mohegan Sun, Foxwood, see great shows, we got Broadway, or eat at celebrity restaurants in New York City. We come for the overall vibe. In my view, what's happening in Vegas, led by MGM, is very short-sighted. They are hurting the long-term viability of their brand for short-term gain. Love your show and recognize how really difficult it is to do and what you and Wayne do. I also hope to find this email of some value. It has been. If you're still reading this, I should also thank you for having gotten this far. You have much longer attention span than I do. Regards, Bill. Thanks, Bill. That was a very well thought out, and I appreciate you taking the time to write that, because that probably took a week, month, I don't know, a while.
Didn't take me. Good hour.
Hey, let's just talk about a couple just random shit, and then we'll wrap this show up. Nick and I have been doing some kind of fun stuff. You'll notice that we're both wearing the Livestream Las Vegas shirt here. And I've had the last 3 days, we had 3 really kind of fun gigs that I just wanted to share with you guys, because you're my friends, and I wanted to tell you that we're having some fun.
Well, and I don't know if you counted or not. Of course, I did. But last week, we did 10 shows in 4 days, with 1 day that we didn't shoot any shows.
Did we?
3, and then we did 3. We did Brandy. We did Inside Medicine.
Yeah.
We did Tim.
Yeah.
Then we did another gig on Friday.
Yeah, we're busy.
We were.
That's good. So if you haven't been to Cabaret Jazz, I've said this many times, you should go. We had a chance to shoot a guy named David Perico. Dave Perico has a band here called Pop Orchestra. And he plays over at Caesars at the Barge, Cleopatra's Barge. And this is a shot from over at Cabaret Jazz. We're in the secret hidden room, and you can see them on the stage, and you can see my technical director world environment there. I will tell you this: if you get a chance to, he shot that. Yes, he did. If you get a chance to go to Caesar's Palace and go to the Barge, he plays a free show Friday and Saturday night. It's probably got on the show there. I'm not sure if you can see it there, but that stage was full. I think they had 29 audio inputs into that show. It was unbelievable. The gig that he does at the Barge, I think he's got 6, 7, 8, probably 10 or 11 people on stage.
That's a small stage.
It's busy. Yeah, it's a very teeny stage. It used to be the Matt Gossi room, and that barely fit him, and now 25 people on there. Go see him. It's super high energy, really, really well done. He's also just a really nice guy. Then Monday, we had a chance to actually do a pretty special show over at Wynn. So we did a private live stream for just Wynn resort employees. And what was kind of cool about it is we streamed this on my own website. So I created a private CDN. We created a special page for them, all password protected. We had people from Macau, as far as Macau, Boston, other properties that the Wynn folks have, and got to do this really interesting stream and just really nice people. By the way, I was struck by how pretty people are who are at Wynn. I mentioned this to this guy I'm working with. So I met him a couple of days before the show. And I was hanging out at, some breakfasty place. I forget what it's called. I just kind of looked around and I thought, God damn it, these people are all gorgeous. I mean, it was like, I don't know, I think we met at noon or something. No. We met at 9. It was a 9 o'clock. Oh, we met at 8:30. It was a 9 o'clock meeting. And everybody just seemed dressed to the nines. I just thought, my God, there is not a bad looking person here.
When they were filing in, I was noticing the outfits
the employees?
and the wares of the employees. And it was crazy.
It was pretty cool. And then we did our first show over at Park MGM today. And that's for our good friends at LVGEA, the Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance. By the way, you want to learn some fascinating stuff. As a matter of fact, the last show we did, we used some of their content for what we talked about. We live streamed this show on their Facebook page. So go to the LVGEA's Facebook page and look for Perspective 2018. We shot that. We live streamed it. Some really fascinating information. The president of the Vegas Golden Knights was there and talked a little bit about his organization and how he's working with other sports organizations. And then there's some really good detail about how the business of Southern Nevada is doing. It's pretty fascinating. So go check that out as well. And that's it. Okay. Anything that you want to say before we wrap up, my brother?
No.
Then let's put an end to this bad boy. All right. Thank you, everybody, for playing along. Thank you to Nick for coming in and last minute here and being a part of the shoe as well. Hey, if you want to reach out, there's a number of ways of doing that. You can send us an email to onairq@livinginlv.com. Again, onairq@livinginlv.com. We'll read that thing for you, and we will teach you how to be a smarter, smart, and all that kind of stuff. Hey, if you want to send us a voicemail, it's super easy to do that. You just go to our website at vegasvideonetwork.com. You'll see a little orange tab on the right side. You'll click that, little box will pop up, and you'll go ahead and send that voicemail because you have a microphone attached to your computer, but you're special that way. We're on all the social media stuff. We're on iTunes. You know what? If you're watching us or listening to us on iTunes, give us a 5-star review. We're on the YouTube. We're a YouTube partner, as a matter of fact. We're on Roku. Over 79,000 installs. We had 209 installs in the last 30 days, as a matter of fact, which I thought was kind of cool. We're on Stitcher and TuneIn and Chromecast and Apple, Google, and Fire TV. We're on Google Play and, of course, the VegasVideoNetwork.com website. I'm your buddy Scott. There's Nick. Take a good look at him because we're never going to see him again. Thanks, man. I appreciate your help.
He says that all the time.
I do say that all the time. I almost never meet him. All right, we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you in June. We're going to skip the rest of this month, and we'll see you in June. Take care, everybody.